Tony winner John Lithgow is back on Broadway in a new play. It is called The Columnist. He plays Joe Alsop, a Washington journalist who had enormous influence in the 1950s and the 1960s.
It's a long way from Third Rock from the Sun. I love that, too. And some of the other roles that have won him a dozen major awards over the course of his very long career. Good morning to you, John.
Good morning.
I want to say Lithgow. What is it?
You say Lithgow, and hopefully
Lithgow.
Everyone will imitate you.
Okay, Lithgow it is. I was there on Saturday night, seat K101. Did you see me going, John, hello?
Was that you out there?
That was me. That was
Making
me.
all that noise?
That was me cheering you on. You call this a role of a lifetime. And I wonder what it's like playing someone who people know, who can really come and judge you and say, well, he didn't do that, but yeah, he did that, or yeah, you nailed it.
Well, the liberating thing about playing Joe Alsop is that it's a very small number of people who knew him.
Really? Okay.
Who remember him. It's not like playing FDR or Lyndon Johnson, where people sit there judging how close or far away you are from the real thing. People really don't know what Joe Alsop looked and sounded like. I've done a lot of research. He's about a foot shorter than I, for one thing. Nobody knows that, at least didn't until now. He had extraordinary manners, affectations, and an amazing accent, this kind of faux Oxonian accent. So extreme that I do a very modest version of it, or it would be simply too theatrical. He was very, very flamboyant and sort of camp in an era in which camp was accepted as long as you didn't talk about what was at its roots.
I didn't know him, but I thought you nailed it. I thought you nailed it.
Yeah. Beyond that, why was he interesting?
Well, he was extraordinarily powerful. In his way, he was more powerful as a journalist than anyone. The closest thing is probably you, Charlie. But he was a syndicated columnist for a good part of his career with his brother Stuart, also a character in the play.
When John Kennedy came to dinner?
Came to dinner, he considered himself John Kennedy's kingmaker. He had an enormous sense. He was powerful, but he also felt powerful. He was extraordinarily arrogant.
Tell the story when he went to Russia and how they tried to frame him.
Well, this is a linchpin of the story. This is the personal side of the Joe Alsop story. He was entrapped by the KGB. Goodness knows why, but they blackmailed him. Alsop was a closeted gay man in an era when this was very, very dangerous information. This was career-destroying, person-destroying information. The KGB took photographs of him, compromising photographs with him, in bed with a young Russian agent in a hotel room, early on in his, well, in the mid-50s. And that was a kind, I mean, that was certainly somewhere in the back of his mind for the rest of his life. Must have been. And yet he dealt with it in what I regard as a very kind of heroic way.
I do too. I mean, he refused to be compromised and said, you're not going to have me and think that you can embarrass me and betray my country.
Exactly. And that's a very powerful moment in the play, in my humble opinion.
No, it is.
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, it's a very powerful play and a powerful performance to begin with. But even though you sort of come from theater roots, I was reading that you wanted to resist theater, and yet now you say theater, beyond film or television, is the most fulfilling place for you to be. So when did you finally say, okay, fine, I give in, this is where I'm supposed to be?
It was during college days. I grew up in a theater family, and I sort of didn't want to go into the family business. Oddly, I wanted to be an artist, a painter and a printmaker, a much safer career. But off I went to college and felt, I think within a week, I was cast in a main stage show in a leading role. And as I've always said, if you hear enough laughter and applause early enough, you're going to be an actor, whether you want to or not.
John, thank you so much. Can't wait to see it.